Everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and today is January 16th, 2022. And today's Sunday message of love is all about holding the light. And this might include helping to wake up your other light worker friends. And I think that lightness always exposes the dark, and things are moving so fast as we move through 2022, which we're only 2 weeks in, but to me it seems like it's actually been longer, only because it feels like every day so many things happen, I think there's just so much of an awakening happening. And you know what? The pandemic is easing out and truth is coming in, and it is just such a beautiful time to be alive. So I made a little list for you today of things that you can do to continue to hold the light. And some of these you've heard me say before, but I think it bears to mind that these things are very important. So the first one is to minimize your exposure to mainstream media for all of the obvious reasons. And I really don't need to say much more about that because I think that is the perfect thing to do to disconnect yourself if you haven't already, but not only minimize, but disconnect. If you can disconnect, your life's going to be so much happier and it's going to be so much easier to actually hold the line and hold the light. The second one is, of course, again, I say this a lot too, but spend more time in nature. You know, go outside. I don't care how cold it is or how warm it is or how humid it is where you live. Um, get yourself outside and spend more time in nature. Whether that means go to a park, get in your car and drive to go somewhere and get out in nature. Because this is how we're designed, is to ground us and to realize that we are connected to Mother Nature. And there's a lot of things that we all know we can be doing to take better care of Mother Nature. And getting out and connecting with the beauty of the planet is a good way to remind us to tighten the things in and the habits in that we do every day to help take care of nature. So get out with nature. Get out in nature and be with her. So the next one is to meet each other in small, inspiring groups. Okay, now I love this because think about when you spend time with people who don't inspire you or who make you feel bad about yourself or make you feel afraid or give you a doomsday of where the world is. And I don't care what topic it is you're talking about. I know there's people that I've spent time with and that sometimes I get caught spending time with that actually makes me feel like the world is getting worse. And to me, I feel like the world is getting better. We have to go through the hard stuff to get to the good stuff. That's how it's always been. But we are part of a planet of 7.8 billion people, I think, who all chose to come here at this time to raise the vibration of the planet. So if we can either spend time with the people who inspire us and remind us to hold the light, rather than spending time with people that we know we can't drag out of that, that's going to serve us and our ability to hold the vibration of the planet at a much higher level. And maybe you might be one of those people who can go into a small group and raise the vibration and bring the people out of negativity. You know, I've caught myself in places where I'm able to do that. And then I've been in situations and places where I'm not able to do that. And then it's just like, okay, I need to separate myself and not be in this situation, in this place, because I want to always be holding the light. So find yourself in places and maybe strategically, set these places up for yourself. You know, meet a friend that you know you can connect with for coffee or for lunch. Start a book club of like-minded people, light workers who can literally stay in the vibration of positivity and raise the vibration of the planet. Extremely important. Now, right along with that goes preparing food with love that you can share with family and friends. In fact, my husband made an amazing meal last night. I invited a longtime friend to come and sit with us and have this amazing meal, and it was just joy. There was laughing, there was joking, there was positivity. The meal was delicious. It was prepared with love, and it was just amazing. And for that, I am so grateful. But what you might need to do is set these things up. And again, be strategic. Um, you get to choose. You get to choose these things and the people that you invite into your circle and that you spend time with. Now, here's one that I truly love, and I think sometimes we forget about this, is to listen to really good music. And good music might depend on your preference. What do you love? What raises your spirit? What makes you feel good? You know, there's a violin player that I just discovered on YouTube. She showed up on the side where it gives you suggestions on stuff that you can watch or look at. And it's this young girl who's a very talented violin player. And I've been watching her videos, and her music is just, you can tell that she is gifted and she's living and putting out to the world what she was designed to do, what her purpose is. And I know that when I listen to music, it makes me feel good. In fact, for many years, I taught group exercise class, 40 years to be exact. And that was one of the things that was the most impactful for me, was choosing the music that would motivate myself and my class to move and to dance and to, think about how you feel when you are listening to really good music. It can literally lift your spirits and put you in a high vibrational state of positivity. So develop a playlist of music that lifts you up and makes you feel good. In fact, one of the things that am I have coming is I ordered myself some sound bowls. I've seen them. I've had a practitioner or two use them on me, where you put a sound bowl on and it vibrates this different sounds and tones throughout your body. And this is something that I want to experience and I want to play around with, and I want to bring that into my life. So sound and music has a way of lifting us up. So add more of that to help you stay in the highest vibrational light. I truly love that. Gratitude. Now, I talked about this in some detail a couple weeks ago, but I don't think you can ever talk about gratitude enough. And if gratitude is something that maybe you have a hard time with, really kind of putting the attitude of gratitude into place, start small. Be grateful for your glass of water. Here's my quart jar of water. All I have to do is go, oh my goodness, water is life. In fact, I just listened to a beautiful interview with Dr. Zach Bush that he talks about the vibration of water and how important it is to our DNA and to everything about what makes us humans and how we're able to stay in health and vibrational energy. And it was the most beautiful interview. In fact, I'll put a link below this video to this interview if you're interested in watching. So gratitude. Start small, but really make it a part of your everyday effort to stay in the light. Go within. Sometimes when the world might seem dark and it might seem like this is never going to end, or whatever you're feeling, even if something really sad has happened to you, maybe you lost someone that's close to you, we experience these things as humans, and they can put us in dark times and dark moments. So if you go within, and this is again where meditation comes in, and this is where I would really encourage you to go through some guided meditation. In fact, I'm going to put a link below to one of my favorite guided meditations from probably the last 6 months. I turn to this probably once a week. I'll go through this one in particular guided meditation that's just so beautiful. But when you go within, you can realize your own spark, your spark of light and truth. And this to me is a very easy way that you can raise your own vibrational energy and keep yourself in love and light and a reminder of what's important in life. So go within. Have the courage to show up as the light worker that you are. And it can take courage and bravery to go against the doom and the gloom that we get ourselves caught in as modern Americans, or modern humans, not just Americans, but modern humans. We get caught in these things that we might let drag on because it gets us attention. And maybe that's just our subconscious loop, is what this one bad thing happened, and now I let it define my next hour. And then I let it define the next 5 days. And maybe this one bad thing that happened And no matter how trivial or how big it is, then I let it define me for the next 5 years. And that can turn into that. So sometimes you need to have the courage to break out of this loop of negativity that you might find yourself in. And it can take courage and a mindset of change that can be hard in the beginning, but then it actually gets easier and easier and easier. And it's so much funner. It's so much funner to be caught up in the light than down into the negativity. That one is awesome. Besides, it can show others and it can inspire others when you are just shining a light. And sometimes, like I said, you need to go within to find it and take a moment and really kind of go, what are my blessings? Why am I here? And how, where am I going with this? Because at the end of the day, it's the thing is to not be afraid of that death moment. The thing is like, that's where we're all going. And we're here to learn and grow. And it's much funner if you do it in a light way and with a glowing um, perspective than a darker perspective. I mean, it's much funner. We all know that. So stay in your heart. You have your sword of truth with you at all times and be ballsy and brave. But stay in your heart. Stay here with what you know is true. So here's a couple of things to end this with that I hope is giving you just a little bit of pop of like, yes, I am a light worker and I am going to be holding the light for myself and for others, because I would say as a prediction, 1 year from now, middle of January of 2023, wow, you just wait and see how beautiful the world is. Now, the world is already beautiful. It's beautiful right now, especially if that is the perspective and the stance that you decide to take. But 1 year from now, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine, but wow. Let's just know that there are big, beautiful shifts happening. And if you're in a place where maybe you can't see them, take some of these little steps that I've laid out here, put them into place, and really realize that you have the power to hold the light wherever you are and whatever is happening in your corner of the world. So keep your sense of humor. Don't forget to breathe. And sometimes remember, you just need to count to 10, right? Take a breath. If you let something trigger you, take a breath before you, push out whatever it is that's triggering you, and it makes you move into a darker place. Take a breath, count to 10, and then find the humor in it. That to me is the only way to walk through this very pivotal time in the beauty that is humanity right now. So hold the line, hold the light. You are a beautiful light worker. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten to the end of this video. So I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and we'll talk to you soon.